Hello and welcome to another video. This is a modding video which I haven't done in such a long time. I am so excited because I have been sent from Tools Talant on Etsy this box, which I was going to do an unboxing video, but I was so excited to open it, I had to open it. And inside here is a replacement hose and a few other little bits as well, which I'm going to go through a little later. So I, disclaimer, reached out to Tools Talant on Etsy and said, I'd really like to look at your no solder hose replacement for the HasLab kit. And because I mean, I've done some modifications to this bit of kit, but I'm by no means any good at anything DIY related. You can ask my wife. So I needed something which was easy to install and hopefully works out of the box. So this is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to show you everything that I do wrong, because stuff will go wrong, and replace the hose with this little beauty. Have a look. So I should have taken out this before I started the video. So this is the new hose. You see, this is nowhere near. This is rigid as hell, but this is so flexible, and it's always what I wanted for my kit. So I'm not smashing into people, whacking kids in the head, or getting caught on a doorway somewhere. So I'm super excited to get this on there, and it comes with connection for the wand end and a connection for the pack end. And literally, it's a 2-pin plug. It's just a clip in, and should hopefully work. So I'm super excited to get this swapped out. Doesn't come with any screws, but you should be able to use the screws from there, I guess, I hope. And once this is off, I'm hoping that it becomes apparent what I'm supposed to do. So I'm assuming the cables are now a snip. I've got a pair of wire cutters and strippers. They'll strip back a little bit of the cable, and should be able to just plug into the end of that and snap on. I think they're snap-on ones, yeah. So you open that up, I gather. I don't know, I'm going to work that all out. Ah, it clips in. I see. Maybe we should have done that before. I've got the cable in there, because now I have to. So this is what you don't do. You don't get this kit and mess around with it before you've got the wires in there. I might have to get a little knife to open that back up. But that'll just clip in over the cable, and it is a no solder system, so no soldering required. But you need to not be an idiot like me. So what I'm going to do, put that aside for a second. I've got a 2.5-inch Allen key. This just happens to be my bike Allen key, which will fit on these little screws here. I don't know what's happening this end yet. That'd be the end that I'm a little bit concerned and worried about, because I don't know how that's going to affect that. But I'm going to try and get it all on video, so any mistakes I make, I'll come back to you and let you know. Before I go, these are the other bits I've been sent, which are pretty cool. There's the patch for Tools Talant patch, and I was asked what I would like to go for, and I went for, there was options, I can't remember what the options are, but I'll put them on the screen underneath, for different patches and stickers, which are pretty awesome. I think I went for the heavy gunner, was it, or something like that anyway, but I'll let you know. So Ecto Ordnance Corps patch I was given, that's brilliant. Like I said, disclaimer, I've been sent this for free. I just paid the postage from America, and it arrived a few days ago, and I've been super excited to get into this. So let's do this. Not a lot of cable there. Didn't want to pull there for a second. A little bit worried about that. But now, let's deal with this then. Now my hose was broken from the beginning. I've actually got a replacement, a new hose somewhere sat in a box, which I might actually sell to someone if anyone needs a brand new replacement HasLab hose, because it just kept falling apart, so I had to use all this tape, which is fine. Keep it all together. You'll see what I mean when I take the tape off. It's just gonna kind of fall apart. Take off of there. A bit more to go. You might want to do this a little bit not so messy, because I'm messy. So my hose was always broke, look. So you have to unscrew that. Let's put this aside for one memento. So yeah, you see my hose was always broke. Now for this to work and that to go on, I'm assuming I don't know what I have to do here. Do I cut the, does that screw into there? Is that some kind of heat shield? I heat that up? I don't know. It doesn't come with instructions, so I'm working off my own, I say experience, but that would just be crazy. I mean, I don't know where I've cut that really, does it? I've got enough cable there. So I need that bit, obviously. I need this. Let's cut the cables far back here if I can. And take that off. I'll leave that on. That's what's got to screw into. Right, so for this to, let's remove the old one for now. Let's put that out of the way. Now I'm working off of not very much. That still has to screw into. Oh, I wonder if I don't need that anymore. So does that screw into there? Let me just see, because I think you don't need that bit in that. Before I connect it, I need to know what I'm doing here, otherwise I'm going to end up doing something really, really bad. Let's try and feed that in there just for a second, just to get the grips of what is actually going to happen here. And that goes over there, and that screws in. I want to say it does, or it just sits on there and that does nothing. And that does go over it. Oh, it looks, doesn't screw in. Maybe you heat that up and that holds it in place. And I don't have a heat gun, so I kind of, oh look, messing with the cable now, and that's kind of stuck in there. Come on. Oh, bugger. See, this is why I do this, so you don't have to. So I've properly done something to the end of that cable. Is stuck in there now. I have to get something to go down there. Let's have a look. Oh, I've done here. Oh no, it's alright. It's just stuck in there. There we go. Is the cable okay? The cable's okay. This, I don't know if you can see in there, but the railings for this to slide in, the cable got caught up inside that, and then this got hooked around the end of it. So yeah, don't try that at home. Let's get this on here, and I'm actually going to get rid of quite a bit. I've lost the bloody screw now, look. This is why I don't do this stuff. This is why I get other people to do it. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit because I don't want so much cable. I don't need so much cable. So let's get rid of that. Oh, sweating! Okay. Test. Right, okay. Now then, let's put that in there. Then, he says, look, it works! Woohoo! I just need to now figure out how I'm going to get all of the cabling kind of, I've shortened this a bit anyway, but I need to get all the cabling either inside here or inside there, and then what I'm going to do with it I don't know. So let's take this off of here first. I'm going to get this put back on there. So let's try and do that. It's on there. Let's just make sure it still fires up. Still enough in there. Now my biggest challenge is going to be getting all this cabling in there, and then that on there. That's a lot of cabling to be messing around with. I mean, I can only find some white tape at the moment, so I'm just going to whack some of this on there for now. Make sure that stays on. I'll see it anyway, because the black sheath is going to go over the top of it, and I can find someone with a heat gun that will actually get out. It's quite nice. I put a bit too much white tape on there, but that's okay. I don't actually mind it. And that. Still power in there, and it works. Okay, let me tidy up. We'll conclude this video. Okay, so if you're like me and a complete novice at anything electrical or anything like that, this kit is brilliant. It is literally plug and play if you know what you're doing. I've made some mistakes today, so you don't have to. And here are the tools I used. One 2.5mm Allen key. I've got this one, it's nice and long, which gets up into the bits and pieces, but you can put your pack down and use a normal Allen key. You get in there quite nicely. Wire strippers, cutters, that kind of stuff. Pair of scissors potentially, and I use a screwdriver just to get in the back of the battery compartment, and some electrical tape just to tape things up at the end, because I don't have a heat gun for now. So let's talk about what I did. Well, because there's a few bits on this that came in a fashion for someone like me to make it easier, and I made it harder for myself. Now the main thing was this end. So the wand end is really tricky because getting the amount of cable that you need, you might have to cut it down a little bit and reattach the cable clips. I put the rod that goes inside the handle in the wrong way. So for a long time I was trying to work out what I was doing wrong, thinking that there was a problem with my cabling, and it wasn't. It was just me. So be careful of that. Other than that, I didn't struggle at all. It's very, very simple to do. Taking off the plate down here was really easy. The new plate is slightly smaller, so be careful screwing that back on, because you don't want to de-thread the holes or snap the plastic on your pack. It's on there nice and safe now. It probably isn't going to come off, and I have to say I love this hose. It sits nicely now in front of me, so I don't have to worry about it smacking it, because my last hose sat out like this, rigid as anything, and it was just unbearable at events. I was knocking into things. I was constantly having to hold it in place, but this now sits nicely forward. It's the Afterlife one, so it's got the extra bit of hose, plastic hose on there, so that actually helps it sit forward anyway, so it's quite good. But you have the choice, I think, of the 84, yeah, I think it does an 84, have to remind me, and the Frozen Empire. Sorry, this is the Frozen Empire one. Yeah, they do an Afterlife one and a Frozen Empire one, and I think an 84 hose. So props to, funny enough, Tools and Talent. Thank you for sending that through. Like I said, disclaimer, I got given this hose to look at and review, and I have to tell you, I am super pleased with this hose. It's really, really nice, very flexible, or what I wanted from the very beginning. The standard HasLab hose is just too rigid for me. I like it. It works well, does what it does what it says on the tin for someone like me who doesn't know very much about electronics and can't solder anyway, because I wouldn't have a clue. I'd end up soldering my hands together. So it works really well. Yeah, opening up and taking apart the wand end was the hardest part, and eventually worked out that I was just doing things silly. Obviously I got it caught up in there. Don't try that at home. Apart from that, all good. Like it. Is it worth the money? Absolutely. The only downside is the postage cost to the UK is very high. I did some research on what it would cost to send from the US to the UK, and I think you're paying a little bit more. Having said that, do I think it's worth it? Yes, I do. I do think it's worth it. It's very, very well put together. The hose, which is remind me of the Russian gas mask hose part down the bottom here, very good quality. The connections are really nice. I love this 2-pin connection. Comes out really easy. It's got the extra bit of end there, so if you do have it off, you can make it pretty much weatherproof. Really nice, and have no issues whatsoever. Really like it. Any comments down below? I'm sure I'm going to get ribbed for the mistakes I made today. So please go ahead and leave a load of comments. Any questions, let me know. I can always pass on to Tools and Talent, but there'll be a link to his Etsy on the description down below. Go and have a look. Well worth the money. Honestly, I do think it's worth the money getting this. It's just a little bit expensive to send to the UK, but you just have to put up with that. Unfortunately, that's the way things are in the world. We as a standalone island are always paying over the odds for postage. So I got given a load of these stickers and stuff and patches too, which I'm super excited for. I've actually got a new flight suit, which I'm going to be putting together like a patch suit, like a battle suit with all different patches. So if you have a patch you want to send me, that'd be great. I can whack them on there too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another one. Take care.